Hello and welcome to Pomona Remembers. Today I am reading once again, on Canadian trade and specifically Mark Carney. I am in Canada, so I care about what's going on. And currently there's a lot of stuff going on between Canada and the United States around trade. And I choose to read on politicians because it's sort of like out there in the news, and I happen to get information come through, pictures come through of politicians. So I just honestly, I just put what I see, and so far I've had a lot of things coming together that I've seen years ago. I did get a bit of a message this week from somebody saying something about, I just, the feeling that I got from the message was they were not a fan of the Prime Minister. You know what? That's cool. I'm not a fan of certain people as well. And I look at, for the last few years that I've been studying politics, or keeping track of, not necessarily studying, but keeping track of and keeping an eye on politics, something I have learned through some of the people that I follow and listen to who are a lot smarter than me about stuff, is somebody that I listen to. He said politicians are tools. And the first time I heard that, I was like, what do you mean politicians are tools? And then he quickly said they're tools. They're to be used by our society in order to make change. They are the tool, the screwdriver, the wrench, the hammer, in order to move us forward as a society. Hopefully that's what they're doing. There is a lot of negativity going on in the news by certain news outlets. I would say that I would be very, very careful about who you're listening to too much. Make sure you're getting it from a lot of different sources and try to eke out the truth, because there's a lot of liars who lie. I'm sorry. It's true. There are a lot of lying liars who lie. And they say stuff and, or they don't say stuff sometimes. So I find it very interesting because there's been a lot of things that I've been seeing in pictures come through that have been happening. For instance, the boat vision, the Canada vision that I had about all of Canada, like from coast to coast to coast, just like focusing. That was a few years ago, you guys, before I even knew that there was somebody named Mark Carney, honestly. And it was really interesting because sometimes my guides will just throw a word out there without me even, like, I'll be washing dishes, minding my own business, and then all of a sudden somebody's name will come through my mind that I'm not even thinking about. I'm thinking about getting that stuff off the plate. And then some name will bounce through my head. And so that's sort of what's been happening, is these pictures have come through, and then I sometimes I let my husband know, I'll let my kids know, I'll let my mother know. I have some close friends that I trust, and sometimes I let you guys know, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I hide them and I put them on Patreon for free if you want to see them. But I want to continue to read on the money stuff, the trade and Canadian worker, like how are things going to go moving forward. And I'm still focused on Mark Carney in this one. So he gets 2 in a row, lucky duck. Um, and it's I'm kind of going for his feelings, like his, because he really, really likes to keep his mouth shut. And sometimes he makes faces. He can't hold it in. And sometimes he smirks or smiles. But there's been, specifically, there was a trade deal reached like yesterday or a couple days ago. And it was interesting because that coincided with this vision that I had a few years ago about trade changes in north and south on the western side, the Pacific side. And now there's something called a Pacific Wall when it comes to trade. So these are all things that like I saw and I had no clue what it was about. You want to talk about feeling vulnerable? Is you get these pictures, you write them down, you say them, and then you just leave them. And then a few years later, they start coming true. And it's, I mean, I guess it's par for the course for me, but I still can't get used to it. It feels so weird sometimes. So I hope you enjoy this reading, just a little bit of a time together. If you would like a personal reading, there's information on how you can reach me. I hope that you're good out there. Hey, chin up, you know. All you healers out there, we're here for this time to shine in love and joy. Okay? And we're here to just be the holders of the peace and the joy. So please focus on that as much as you can. Be informed, but don't be overwhelmed. Okay? Sending you so much love. Enjoy this reading. I'll talk to you next week. Ta-ra. Okay, so I am just reading here. Picking it up and I'm looking for the man. The gentleman. Here it is. The snake. Oh, wait. And the cross. The gentleman. And then I think it goes the stork and heart. Wow, okay. This is interesting. How do we feel about this? So we have, so I'm looking for the energy of the Prime Minister of Canada again. And so okay, so these cards are very interesting. So we have the cross. This is like a burden that, like in the past, we've been dealing with for the last, oh gosh, since we started up, I guess. So the cross, feeling double-crossed, a burden, something to carry. Yeah, this is what we've been dealing with because of this cheating, betrayal, manipulation going on. And it's like he's turned his back on this. And he's moving forward. He's looking towards this, setting out the offering, the making the toast, making the speeches, making the offerings to others, new beginnings. I see this stork as like a new beginning right here. And the heart, again, happiness with the new opportunities, the new partnerships that we make. I think that having more diversity, having new opportunities with new relationships and new partnerships is actually going to be very beneficial for us. We have so many people from all over the world in our country. Like everywhere, I think maybe everywhere in the world is represented in our country. And so I think Canada has learned because of that there is strength in that diversity. And so why not pull that in with the trade too, like diversify. There are things that others have that we don't have, and there's things that we have that others don't have, and it's like we can help strengthen each other with new ideas and new concepts, and like learning from each other's cultures as well. Some people don't like that. Some people don't like change, and I don't think that that is healthy. I think that learning and growing as a human is actually what we're called to do. So I know there's a lot of fear about change, and I get that. I'm scared about a lot of things. Mostly death and dying, needless, all of those things. So honestly, I thank you so much for spending time with me. And if you would like to have a reading, this is interesting how this came out like this. The double cross, the bird, and the feeling double crossed here, the snake, and then turning the back and looking to the future. I like it. Things are very complicated, but it's interesting because it was very similar to sort of last week's reading with the sensing, I think the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum, President Sheinbaum, showed up in the cards, and then it showed that that was happening in the news, that showed up, and then there's been a lot of things showing up that I've seen in the past, and so it's interesting times we're living in. Sending you absolute love and light, deep and earnest prayers for your protection, and may you just be wrapped up in love and protection is actually the big thing that I've been feeling. Just love and protection over all of us. So sending you absolute love for your day and for your journey. Come back again next week, and I appreciate you. Ta-ra.